Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with ReZero Season 3 Episode 6 reaction. So the previous episode we met Capella, and Capella isn't really a dragon. She's more of a like a chimera, like a hybrid type of person, character, and she can take like a lot of different forms, animal forms. And we got Subaru got tricked. Subaru and Krush got tricked, and they attacked a dragon thinking it was Capella. It wasn't, and Capella then got us. And like things are kind of escalating in a more and more worse way possible is kind of going. The whole place is almost flooded. Subaru has been cut. The dragon, he kind of stuck to the dragon along with Krush trying to get away from Capella, but Capella attacked them and Subaru just fell into the water. And yeah, like things are not looking good. Also, Emilia is stuck with the Regulus. And yeah, so let's see what happens today in this episode. Let's begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Yep. Yeah, a lot of other. Yep. I guess. Oh yeah, because wait, she just realized that. Oh boy. Oh, Regulus will be like, oh, I'll need to kill him then. Okay, here we go. What the hell is happening? Oh, that thing, the blood. I think that's affecting him. Yeah. Oh. What even? Oh, Priscilla. Wait. So, wait. His leg. I didn't see what happened to. Wait. Subaru's like, I didn't notice. Oh my god. Hmm. Okay. So, what happened? Did someone heal it? Oh. Nah, man. Ah! You! It just healed itself. Find dragon open. Um, Hello? Okay. Pass down the kingdom. Yeah. Well, yeah. Krish was still stuck with the dragon. Let's see. So that's why the whole place is not flooding. Oh boy, here we go, Subaru. The third one will be quite. Hmm. Ah. Well, he went through a lot, so. Um. Yeah. Oh, someone's attacking. What the hell? These are some weird looking monsters. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so it's from those egg looking things. Oh boy. Oh yeah, he doesn't have his whip. Whoa! Damn, she has a flame sword? Okay. Okay. Right. Yang sword. Yeah. This is to say the. What the? Oh, this is the. Oh. So they're under Sirius's control. Oh no 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 no! Subaru! Yeah. Don't. Oh wait, is her song going to like break them out of the control or whatever? That would kind of make sense, I guess. She's a bard. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. There you go. Is everyone? Oh, they're broken out. There you go. Nice. Okay, so this is a good countermeasure against Sirius. She's trying to wink. Hmm. Right. Hmm. And right. Hmm. Shouldn't? Oh, that guy? Is that his name? No. His name is Al, isn't it? Oh my god. Yeah? Bro, just you. Oh my god. Yeah? You have a face worthy of. Okay, this guy says some weird stuff, you know. Leave me alone? Oh, great. Oh my. 291. Oh, so a lot of them died. Oh god. Oh god, here we go. Oh my god, is he going to kill her or something? Oh my god! Oh my god! That's why so many of them died. Yeah, it's pretty obvious now. Why he has 53 instead of 290 whatever. Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh my god, Subaru is just. Oh god! Yo, he just said like, oh, goodbye, and now he's being chased. Okay, who? Oh, nice, Julius. No, but you know, thanks. Oh. Oh yeah, Anastasia and no wait. No, that okay. City Hall. Oh yeah, Krush got taken. Okay. Yeah. Probably with the dragon. Wait. Oh wait, she's here? Wait, what? What? Wait, what happened? Oh, her. Oh yeah, I forgot about that completely. Krush was also. Oh my god, infected by whatever. Oh, that she's. I don't think it'll be that easy, but I guess you gotta do something. Oh god. Is he talking to. Yup. Talking to Capella? Infringement. I love the way he speaks. Yep, he's talking to Capella. Oh, he left that. Can. Yeah. Yeah, so they're wanting her. Oh my god. I was wondering if that's what they're meaning. Yeah. The tome. Yep. Book of Wisdom. Yeah. Hmm. Yep. Yeah. One of them is burnt. Yep. Oh, both of them are burnt. Yeah, yeah. Because Beatrice's one also got burnt over there. It's missing. The shelters. Yeah. And this stress is making it easier for Sirius to control them. Well, mm, that is true, He's, I guess he's right in that sense. Mm. That- and then lust, obviously. Oh, Sirius as well. Yep. Knight's Code. Okay. Hmm. Oh. I knew she was gonna go in and try to take the that thing, whatever communicator, media. Yeah. Oh no no no! No. Wait, who is that? Owl? Yeah. Okay. Right. I thought for a moment maybe like Capella will be on the other side or something, but nah. All right. So that was today's episode. Today's episode, few things happened. A few very interesting things. First and foremost, um, what was her name? Liliana or something? Her singing is able to break out the people from Sirius's whatever brainwashing like suggestion thing that she's doing to everyone. And I guess it makes sense because she's a bard. She sings and everything. And obviously, if you know, like bards are in like games and in games and RPGs and fantasy stuff, they are like characters who in a like a more gameplay perspective, they are characters who give buffs and debuffs. Like they debuff the enemy and they buff the allies. So in that sense, like stuff, it kind of makes sense that she'd be able to do something like this, where the suggestion that is on the people that got taken out by her singing. And again, I guess because like this type of a suggestion comes through like vocally, because Sirius, anyone who like listens to Sirius, they become uh, affected with her thing, with the thing that she does, with this brainwashing thing. So similar to that, I guess maybe her song probably has something similar to it, which overrides Sirius's suggestion, mental suggestion that she has put on everyone, and like her song like overrides it and maybe negates it or something like that. It would make sense. And yeah, so that is like the biggest thing in today's episode, because obviously this will be a big asset for us, because one of the most troublesome thing that we would have had to deal with was going to be Sirius's brainwashing. Because if you remember, back when Subaru signaled Reinhardt, Reinhardt came and the battle was too damn easy for him. He easily took out Wrath, Sirius. But the problem was that the mental suggestion that connected everyone. So when he killed Sirius, everyone else died as well, and that would have been a big problem for Reinhardt as well, because he couldn't really do anything in that situation. Then however strong he might be, if everyone is connected to Sirius, then if he kills Sirius, everyone will die. So that would have been a big problem and a big threat. Like that would have been like in the way of Reinhardt's Reinhardt being actually able to do something. He wouldn't be able to do something because of this. But now that we have her, this girl with us, and her song can completely negate this whole thing, it'll be helpful. It'll be very helpful. Like we would actually be able to fight Sirius then, and not like and we won't be putting other people over here, other citizens or anyone else in danger, because if anyone gets like connected by the whatever, if their brain, if they get brainwashed or something by Sirius, she can sing the song and like negate the whole thing. But I do wonder, like, what about her though? If can she get like get brainwashed like everyone else, like how they were acting? Is she susceptible to it, or is she like, because she's the one who's helping everyone break out of it? So I do wonder, like, if Sirius's power would affect her in the first place, or I don't know. You know what? Let's wait. Maybe we'll something like that we'll see later, and it'll be cleared up later. Anyways, that was the biggest thing in today's episode. And obviously, Subaru's leg is this weird mutant thing that has happened. Like, it's like this type of a weird, like, like mixture of like dragon, like, because the dragon blood is there. It's like healing extremely quickly, and it's like kind of pulsing, like, just in a weird way. So yeah, that's Subaru's leg. The current situation with his leg. Um, so okay, now here's another thing I'm thinking now. Like, I think I said in the previous episode that I was like, oh, maybe, like, I was like 100% sure that the time will come when Subaru will probably die and he'll restart again, because there's a few things that I was thinking needs to be resetted. Number one is his leg. I was like, his leg needs to grow back. Like, I doubt he's going to, like, live his life from here onwards without a leg. So I'm sure he's going to, come back again, like, like using return by death, and then something like that. But now that we've seen this happening, his leg has regenerated, and they also mentioned, if as Subaru said, he's going to make Capella like take out like these like transformations that is going on all the villagers and everyone. He's going to make her take them out of that and dispel that, so that they can return back to their human forms. And if that happens, Subaru's leg will turn back again into like a normal human leg, I think. So that, and another reason why I was thinking that he will probably reset him like, the time will come when he will have to reset by return by death, is because of the people, a lot of people who died, now from the looks of it, it seems like, as Subaru said, like, if I'm assuming, as he said, that if they, like, Capella can probably return them back to their normal selves. And if that is the case, then I don't know, there's a big possibility that this might actually be like a, like a arc where maybe Subaru will not die. Maybe he'll continue, because, like, the repeating thing that has been happening up until now in ReZero is that, oh, something happens, something like which cannot be taken back. Subaru somehow dies after that, or he kills himself, and then it resets. Now, obviously, as we have seen in season 2, Subaru's character development, we have seen he has promised that he's not going to die again, or he will try his best not to die. Up until now, he just used his life as like a bargaining chip, kind of like, he just used it as a way of, like, oh, something happened, something bad happened, oh, I'm just going to kill myself, that kind of thing, and then reset. He has been using it like that. So after that whole thing with the witches and everything, and after Satella told him that, you should love yourself, and that kind of thing, and he decided after that he's not going to throw away his life anymore, at least up until the very end. So maybe, like, that we will actually see that in action this time, because I'm pretty surprised, because he has died, obviously, in this season as well. He has died, but those were, like, as I said, you couldn't do anything in those situations. Like, those came out of the blue. He suddenly died. But now I think from here onwards, because I've been thinking, like, maybe he's going to die, maybe he's going to, but he's still not dying. So maybe I'm now thinking maybe this will actually be like a full run for him. Like, he will, like, a lot of messed up things is going to happen. For example, his leg got taken out and his leg is back again now. Things like this might happen, but I feel like somehow he's going to overcome them, and maybe this will be a whole run where he's not going to die. That'll be very interesting if that actually happens, because if you think about it, Subaru's main power has been returned by death, and he has been using it to its fullest up until now. But it will actually be very interesting to see if he completes this whole, like, thing without dying and without using his power returned by death, because that will show, like, how he himself has grown personally as a character. Because return by death is basically like a save point, save load kind of option. So basically you're playing a game now without any save and load option. That is difficult, and especially for a character, for a person who has no special powers, no superpowers or anything like that. It's just an ordinary person in the middle of literal, like, monsters, like, like all these archbishops, they're literal monsters, like, power wise. So amongst all of them, he's just an ordinary person, and if he finishes this without dying and without using that save load feature he has, that'll be very impressive. But you know what, let's wait and see. But yeah, it's pretty obvious that he's not going to die that much this time, or I do hope so. Because I'm saying this now, like, it'll be crazy if, like, like, in the upcoming episodes we see him die, like, multiple times in brutal ways. That'll be crazy. But I don't know, I'm getting the feeling that he'll probably survive this time up until the very end. We'll see. Right. So yeah, that was that. And okay, then another thing I wanted to talk about is, like, obviously, Regulus Cornelius, as he explained, he had like 290 something wives, and like now, like, it's like 50 of them left. And he's like, oh, like, they died, unfortunately. And I'm like, oh yeah, I see. Like, I wonder why. And he literally showed us why they all died. He literally kills anyone who does anything in a different way. And and he was going to kill that girl as well, and Emilia like saved her. Crazy. Oh boy. And you can see how absolutely insane it is, because when she almost died, like it's just like, the thing is, there, like, I can understand her anticipating Regulus attacking him, because he probably has done this multiple times in front of her eyes to other to his other wives, and she just got like used to it, and now she probably realized, like, oh, finally it's my time, I'm going to die. That's why she didn't even bat an eyelid. But also the fact, when Emilia comes and saves her and she falls on the ground, you see her face doesn't change. It is like the same face plastered on her face. She doesn't blink, she doesn't flinch, she doesn't do nothing. She just falls like that, like a doll. And it's pretty obvious why she's like this, is because, as we have seen, and as she has mentioned, Regulus doesn't like it. Apparently, she always wants, his wives to have this face, where this face, like, completely expressionless or whatever, something like that. And that is why she is like this. And like I'm very curious, like, how, like why are, why, like, not only her, but the other the other wives that are alive as well, how are they so, like I'm not able to properly explain it. But, like, here's the thing. Obviously, a lot of I guess he probably killed them. What I was going to say is, like, like, there's a lot of, like, all these girls that is with Regulus. I'm sure, like, a few of them probably wanted to protest about the situation. A few of them were probably scared, and everything. And a few probably cried about this. So I was going to say, like, but looking at this situation now, why is everyone the same? How can everyone be this much, like obedient? Like, there must be someone out of these few that tried to do something different. Maybe they tried to protest about it, maybe something like Emilia currently, but I guess, she herself explained it, that you'll get used to it or something like that, she said. Not only that, I'm assuming people, like, the girls who were probably had too much, I guess you could say, were too much, um like, angry about this, who protested about this, or who cried about this, they were probably all killed by Regulus. And that's why, like, all that is left is, like, the girls who have completely decided to just do as he says. Like, then nobody's, like, any type of, like, like, not protesting in any way or anything, because all of them that they probably did were probably killed by him. Yeah, something like that. All right. And yeah, and you can see, like, Emilia was, like, trying to get the meteor, that thing, the meteor, I think that's what it's called, yeah. And in the end, as we see, Al was on the other side. So thankfully we were able to contact someone, on the outside, thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay, then another thing I want to talk about is Subaru. So Subaru, now here's one thing that Subaru says that is very, I guess you could say, I wasn't expecting that, and it's very interesting. Um, like, when he's like, oh, like, I'm not going to abandon anyone. Like, at first, Anastasia was like, oh, you're different now. Like, back then you were this naive kid who was like, I'm going to save everyone, but now you're different. And he's like, no, I'm not. Like, yeah, maybe I have changed, but my core, like, values and morals are still the same. I still am going to save everyone. At which Anastasia's like, what? Why? Like, like, you pretty much you do understand, don't you, that is not going to work in this situation. And then Anastasia brings up another point, which was like, oh, but what about those who fought against the whale? They died. Wasn't those sacrifices? After seeing that, I thought that you changed. At which Subaru says something very interesting that I never even thought about. He says that, yeah, but those are the people who had already, um, what term did he use? Uh, who were like ready to, like, face their death or something like that. He says, where's that part? Those soldiers were ready to lay down their lives. Yeah, there you go. That's what he says, in battle. And that is why, like, yeah, those deaths are something that they fully expected and they went into it knowingly. This, what is happening here with the ordinary people, they don't deserve it. No, none of them are ready to die, and none of them are ready to lay down their lives, and they are still their way, like, their life is still taken away from them. And I that is something I cannot allow, you know and that is a very good point, I guess, if you think about it like that. Yeah, he's not wrong, actually. you know like, these people who suddenly their whole life got taken away from them, they they are victims. you know they are victims. However, those guys, obviously, who died against the whale, yeah, that was definitely sad. Like, a lot of people laid down their lives, and, like, it would have been better if they were able to save, like, the most of them, but a few of them had to die. They sacrificed their lives, but they were actually ready to do that, and they knew, like, yeah, where I'm going, either I'm going to come back, or I'm just going to die over there. So, they were ready for it, and, in that sense, I guess you cannot really call them victims. They are more of, like, like a hero, like, who laid down their lives. Like, what do you call them? Martyr? Is that the word to use in this situation? I think so. I'm not really sure. Something like that. So it's different. Like, you're living your normal life, suddenly, like, like, something like this happens, and, you suddenly die, and you get turned into a fly. Yeah, that is not okay, and that is what Subaru wants to prevent. That's why he wants to bring back everyone, and, something like that. And as he says, his knight's code is basically like, everyone, he wants to bring happiness and go to, like, like, a reach a happy ending, by saving everyone up until the end. And obviously, if you've been watching ReZero from the very first season, you know this has always been the core of Subaru's, morals, and, and he has changed a lot, but obviously this has never changed, and I doubt it will change, because this is probably Subaru's core being, like, his main, way of life. That is, I will not abandon anyone, and even if it is naive, even if it is foolishness, I will save everyone. Basically that. And we've seen how he has suffered up until now, how many times he has died just to do that. you know so, yeah, there you go. That is that. Right. Okay. Also, Krush has been found. She, like, I thought, like, the dragon just took her away somewhere or something. But no, Krush has been found, but her face is, like, like, yeah, like, that dragon blood has done something to her. And they didn't really show us, but, it's pretty bad. Yeah, there you go. And oh, another thing I forgot to mention, Priscilla. Priscilla's, I wasn't expecting her to suddenly take out a flame sword or whatever and start, like, attacking those. That was surprising. I wasn't expecting that, though. But yeah, like, she was the one who found Subaru, and, you know, like, helped us out. She helped us out. Um, Right. Oh, another thing, the artificial spirit. Now, I was thinking, when they mentioned it in the previous episode, I was like, wait, are they talking about Beatrice? Yeah, talking about Beatrice, I guess. So, well, yeah, they want the artificial spirit that is Beatrice. I wonder why. I don't know. Also, the Tome of Wisdom, as he said, but as Subaru said, both of them are just burnt. They're just gone. So, the the archbishops, they have no idea about that, though. Right, and obviously the third one is Emilia, and yeah. Right, and there you go. That was today's episode. Yeah, good episode. Now let's see how Emilia gets out of this predicament, and you know what happens. Um, and you can see Emilia's already making moves. She's like, she's like running. She went out of her room, made like a little decoy, went out of her room using those ice things, and now she has the media, and she has somehow been able to contact Al. So she's already like getting ready now. As Emilia said, she knows where Capella is, so she wanted to give that information to Subaru. um so now like that Al has you know gotten hold of her, she can probably give that information to Al, and yeah, something like that. All right, and there you go. That was today's episode. Right, so that was that. Now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the very first scene, you can see Emilia is, obviously still bewildered. She's like, "What the hell is going on?" Like the witch's cult is say, "Okay, so this is the place where that girl, the other girl, says that yeah, a lot of the Sin archbishops are here. One of them is our husband, Regulus Corneus." At which she's like, "Oh, she didn't realize that." Anyways, and then she's like, "Oh, change your dress," and as you can understand, if you don't get married to him, yeah, like Regulus Corneus is literally taking this whole town as a hostage, and yeah, they're going to destroy this whole place if you don't get married, and if the other conditions, those conditions that they gave them, is not fulfilled. Right, and then we move on to Subaru. Now, okay, I don't understand this part though. What was going on here? Like, I'm very okay. You see this scene. You know what? I'm just gonna rewatch this scene again. You see, Subaru's been taken like somewhere deep, in a torrent of like purple, like like thing, and something's coming out of his mouth. The dragon comes out. No, sorry, the those dogs, and then there's the dragon. I'm forgetting something. Those dogs. I think I'm forgetting something here. Is I think that where have I seen those dogs before? Oh, those are Mabis, aren't they? Yeah. Those are just random Mabis. Yeah. But okay, I think there's a big significance in this scene. I don't understand this scene though. Like I can understand the dragon part because I guess it's the dragon blood that Capella like put on Subaru's leg. Is that thing? But what is like this thing where we see the dragon is like attacking those dogs, and then you see Priscilla's just there in front of him, and she's like, "Oh, you peasant, how long are you going to flaunt that clueless, carefree face of yours?" And she does something to him. Oh, that was just she just used heated her hand and just put it on his face. Never mind. I thought she was doing something. Okay, so like I said, I'm not sure. I think there's a bigger significance of that scene, which I probably am not able to understand. Anyways, right. So Priscilla's there, and also Lilia. Wait, her name was Liliana, wasn't it? Okay, you know what? I need to check. This is going to bother me otherwise. Was it Liliana or was it something? Liliana. Yeah, Liliana. That's correct. Okay, so Liliana's also there, and yeah, and Subaru's now seeing the whole situation, like, the water is like coming in and everything. Yeah, they did put it back again, like took the thing out and put it back in, so now no more water is getting in. But still. Now this is where Subaru's like, wait a minute, my leg, where's my leg? And he looks at it and he's like, oh, I still have my leg though. So what's going on? He takes out the bandage and he sees that his leg is just pulsing like this, like, like a weird mass of flesh. Um, and this is where Priscilla comes and kind of stabs him, and he's like, oh, and then she just, just pierces his skin, and then it heals itself. So there you go. This is where we get to know that this part was disgusting. Like, actually, like the way she kind of just pushed it in, and then just like did like this. Right. Yeah. So it was dragon blood. Okay. So one of the three treasures bestowed by the divine dragon upon Lugnukian royalty. Ah. And then Liliana sings. She says it brings abundance to lands withered and dry. Restores what destruction has left Ori, and curses and cures the most hopeless of illness in the blink of an eye. Okay, I have a question here. So it's like, okay, it is a okay. The divine dragon Volcanica passed down in the kingdom of Lugnica. This is something that has been passed down. The dragon blood sounds like it can do anything. My question, like I said, why did she, like, why did Capella give that blood to Subaru? I don't understand. Like, it seems like it's a very good thing, isn't it? Like, it just it's like heals you, it cures you of illness and everything. And why would she pour that on Subaru? Also, didn't she do the same to, oh, I guess it's, oh, I see. I guess it's probably because, right, yeah. Capella herself said in the previous episode, I think she said something like, I want to see, like, by pouring this blood on you, how you will transform. Because what, she does that and it transforms others. For Subaru, it was a little bit different, I guess, because Subaru's leg was cut, so it healed Subaru's leg and it's just there. As for Krush, I think we haven't seen it, but as they have mentioned, Krush's situation is very bad. Like, yeah. And all the other people who have been transformed into like flies and everything, they were probably exposed to that blood in a big amount. So maybe that's why they completely transformed or something. Or maybe they had like lesser resistance or something. I don't know. But like, I still have the same question. Like, why does this act like this? Didn't, like, Liliana said that this is, in the song, that this is something that cures everything, it heals everything. I like, why would this react like this? Anyways, you know what? Well, let's just wait. I feel like these questions maybe they'll all be answered later, or I'll understand little by little as I keep watching. Um, okay. Right. So then they say, like, like the gate closed after it opened. A lot of people have evacuated. And then this is where Priscilla says the lust made three demands. And the in addition to the witch's bones, the tome of wisdom, the book of wisdom, the artificial spirit, and Emilia, as she says. And Subaru's like, obviously Subaru's pissed, but Subaru's saying, you know what, bring it on. I love how Liliana gets scared and she just jumps and hugs Priscilla. Oh my god. Right. And yeah, this is where Subaru's like, and Priscilla's like, oh, like, you want to do this? Like, can you do this? And he's like, no, it's not can or cannot. It's will I or, no, what does he say? It's not a question of whether we can or cannot. it's either do or we don't. Yep. And yeah, and Priscilla's like, you know what? Good answer. I shall give you a reward. And she just smacks him in the floor, and then she starts fighting those other weird monster looking things. So obviously these are from those egg looking thing we saw in the plaza or whatever. Yeah, and you know, they these yeah, these are some weird looking monsters, like, you know. Anyways, so you can see Subaru was trying to get his whip, because I guess Subaru probably thought that Priscilla would not be able to handle so many of them. But you know, we saw what Priscilla did after that. Priscilla took out her flame sword or weapon. Whoa. Yeah, and just took everything out. And yeah, and then she's like, oh, your reward is complete. You have witnessed the light of the Yang sword and learned of the Demi Beast. Uh, yep, so that is your reward. Okay, so then we go inside that part where everyone's evacuated, and you can see here everyone's under Rat's influence, Sirius's influence. Okay, so here Subaru also almost gets into the, like, you know, kind of gets brainwashed by, you know, by that whole atmosphere, which is where Priscilla grabs his ears and she's like, you know, calm down, you've already lost your nerve as badly as they have, like, you know, just calm down and, you know, like, listen to the song. And that's when Liliana starts singing. Now, you know, this is one part where you can, you know, we'll have to understand that Priscilla actually wasn't affected by that whole thing. You can see that. I guess, as she said, this is probably something that makes use of people's inner turmoil, or their, you know, where is that part? She says this here. Wait a minute. Right. Okay. No, I cannot find it here. But there's a section where they mention that this happens because people get influenced, and their inner whatever that is, like, you know, any type of fear, or, you know, like, you know, like, kind of being a little jumpy and everything about the situation, being concerned about the situation, the stress and everything, kind of like gets like magnified because of this, and people start acting like in a hysteria kind of situation. They start acting hysteric. So it's basically like amplification or magnification of that. Like, you know, obviously people, all people, they feel stressed, they feel like, you know, like, kind of agitated about a certain situation, they feel concerned about a certain situation. Like, you know, every person has that. You know, some people it affects them more, it affects some people, they are affected less by it. And the more you have control over your own emotions, and more calm you are, more, you know, like, yeah, calm you are, and the more you are accustomed or prepared for something like this, the less it affects you. Because, you know, people have different, like, I guess you could say, stress level. Like, if something happens and that can affect someone in a very bad way, and they might start panicking, while the same thing might happen to another person and they might be pretty calm about it. You know, it depends on different people. I guess people who are easy and prone to panic, or, you know, like, hysteria, this is very much effective on them, and they become like this. While Priscilla, I think, is someone who we have seen who has none of that. She isn't perturbed by anything, and that is probably why this whole thing never affected her. I do wonder if Sirius, like, directly, when she was, like, you know, like, affecting everyone, doing this mental suggestion on everyone, I do wonder if Priscilla would have been affected by it. I actually wouldn't be surprised if Priscilla was immune to Sirius's, like, brainwashing, this whole thing that she does. I wouldn't be surprised, because, like I said, this is more of a, like a you know, like a resistance different people might have in different situation. Priscilla seems like someone who is not perturbed by anything. She's very calm, she's very cool about everything. And and I guess one of the biggest reasons behind this is probably her pride. She has immense pride in herself and what she does, and her you know yeah, and that probably makes her immune to these type of things, like stressing out about a situation or something, you know and it makes her immune to that. Um so I don't know, again, this is just a guess, but that Priscilla, I think, like, that's probably the situation with Priscilla. um and then obviously Liliana then sings, and everyone is like, then everyone breaks out of that whole thing, and they're clapping. Okay. Right. So yeah, now you can see Liliana and Priscilla, as Priscilla says, that this is what we are doing. We're going to the different shelters and making Liliana play the song, and we're calming them down, breaking them out of the thing. So we are going to continue doing that. Obviously, Subaru's like, then we'll have to say goodbye to others now. No, goodbye to you guys. So I'll meet you guys later. Because obviously Subaru's like going back to the Muse company to regroup with the others. So that's that. And Subaru says goodbye. Okay, next we see Emilia has been dressed up, and again, Regulus being Regulus, acting like a creep. Right, and you can see Emilia's like kind of spooked. So Regulus is like, why is my would-be wife so spooked? What is going on? And the other girl says like, oh, because of Capella. And he's like, that that girl, and she is definitely hearing her voice is going to make you feel like this, can't blame you, and right. And then and I, typical, Regulus says some weird stuff as always. She's saying stuff like, oh, why are you looking like, where's that part? Here we go. Now with the ceremony approaching, how can we mend my lovely bride's spirits? And Emilia's like keeping quiet, and he's like, like, such a gloomy face. Do you not have any answer? Like, you can see he's getting a little bit irritated here. But Emilia's like, oh no, I'm a bit tired, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, my apologies, like, yeah, you can go rest. We'll take care of the preparations for the ceremony, and this is where he says he has 291 wives. Sadly, death has taken many of them from me. Yeah, I wonder why, There's only 53 left, with you as the 54th. Oh my god, what an absolute. Right. So he killed like 150 of, more than 150. He said 291 wives. So he like killed 240 of them or something like that. So 50 is like left now. Oh. Right. Anyways, so then after that, Emilia leaves, and then Regulus is like, oh, like, it was true, I was careless to overlook my lovely bride's fatigue. But what about the person who was beside her? And then he like is like, does the whole flick thing, trying to kill this girl, and then like Emilia comes and saves her. And then he's like, oh, yeah, a little bit of a impulsive thing, I'm sorry. And he just leaves after that. Yeah. So obviously Emilia's not happy about it, but the girl is like, oh, I'm going to go back to doing my job. Emilia's confused. Emilia's like, what is going on? Like, why are you acting like this? At which you can the girl says like, oh, you'll get used to this is how we are supposed to be. We're just these like, we're supposed to keep a face like this, we're supposed to not show any emotions and everything. And and then Emilia is like, but that is not a marriage. Like, how is that marriage? How, if you're married, you should be happy with the other person, and the other person should be happy with you, not like this. And she then tells Emilia like, oh, but there's a lot of marriages which aren't happy, like, it's not like that. Either way, Emilia is very, like, like, completely just baffled by this situation, and the fact that these girls are just listening to Regulus like this, without batting an eyelid, and just doing all of these things because they're afraid of him. Okay, next we get to see Subaru running away from this monster, and then Julius comes and saves him. Julius then mentions him that the Muse company was attacked, and he's like, oh, what about Beatrice? And he's like, oh, don't worry, everything is fine. Everyone is okay. We relocated a city headquarters to the city hall. So they go to the city hall, and then he sees Felix, like slapping Wilhelm, and he's like why did you not save her? Obviously because of the situation with Krush, you know. Yeah. So I was thinking she was like kidnapped someone, she hasn't been found or something. No, they have found her, as we see. And then Felix go up to towards Krush. Subaru is going to go and check her, but they're like, no, you best leave them alone. Like her situation is not good. Looking at her now would be very painful. So yeah, a foreign substance is spreading through Lady Krush's body, tormenting her internally. Yeah, so if this continues, she's probably going to just completely transform into this. Wait, like I said, wouldn't the same happen with the with Subaru as well? Like this is what I'm confused about, because Subaru's acting as if he's completely fine. Like, yeah, his leg is like messed up like completely, but it's like healing automatically and everything, and he's like walking with that leg. It doesn't seem like he's also in pain. Like obviously his leg is definitely in pain, but like Krush, he's not suffering like that. So was that what that first scene was? Like I said, I didn't understand the significance of that scene where these dogs were fighting against the dragon. Was that like something happening inside of his body which is probably keeping the infection from spreading? Is that what's going on within him? Because as we are seeing, as they say, the foreign substance spreading through Krush's body, tormenting her internally. Shouldn't the same thing happen to Subaru as well? But Subaru's like okay with it. Like maybe that's what that scene was. Like I said, that scene which I wasn't able to understand, those dogs and that dragon fighting. I don't know. Anyways, let's wait. I hope we'll get our we'll get proper explanation to whatever is going on. Okay, next we see Emilia make a little decoy, and she kind of climbs out of the building, goes through the outside walls using those like ice things, making little footsteps, and he comes across Regulus screaming at the media, and he's like, what the hell did you do? Like, you scared my bride. Like it was supposed to be the happiest moment of my life, and now what? Now what will you do? And he's pretty pissed. He's like, oh, you see, I can see your tower from here. I can just destroy it from here. And then I guess Capella from that other side said that, oh, I wasn't the one who opened the thing. And Regulus is like, oh, you weren't, who, you weren't the one who did it. And I guess this is where the talking gets interrupted. That other girl comes in, one of his wives, and Regulus leaves the media there to go and take care of the preparations. And Emilia here gets in, and as we see in the end, tries to get the media. Okay, then the next scene, Anastasia is there and Julius is there. They're talking about the situation. Subaru brings them the information that he has gotten, the whole book and everything. So obviously as Anastasia asks him the artificial spirit, and he's like, yeah, it's Beatrice, isn't it? So Subaru's like, I just wanted to make sure, I just wanted to tell you about this because it'll be easier for us to make sure, if we know what's going on, it will be easier for us to make sure that it doesn't go according to the witch cult's plan. So that's why I'm telling you this. Also, the Book of Wisdom, as he explains, both of them have been destroyed. He mentions how these the Book of Wisdoms are kind of like the complete version of the Gospels that the witch the what are they called, the cult, the witches cult, the people of the witches cult have. It's more of a complete version of it, and he knows about this from the witch directly herself, that is Echidna, and he explains how the two of them got burnt and destroyed. Obviously, the witches cult archbishops, they have no idea about this. So, they here proclaim that they're not going to listen to any of the demands of the witches cult. They're going to go against it. And obviously the final one is Emilia. So right, and this is where Anastasia says, like, oh, these shelters, they're beyond saving. We would be cowards if we looked away from reality. We need to understand what to give up on and what to go for. Here we go. People have died and more people will follow. We've chosen to save as many as we can, but we'll have to leave some behind. Subaru says, like, I think you're misunderstanding something, Anastasia. I never said anything about sacrificing the few to save the many. And this is where they have the whole conversation where Anastasia's like, what the hell? I thought you have changed. Like back then, like you were like this. Your naivety cost a lot of things. But like looking at you now, I'm pretty sure you have changed now. So also the fact that you fought the whale and so many people sacrificed themselves for that. And this is where Subaru tells that, like that is different, this is different. That was where the people who fought, they were ready to face death. However, this is something different. This is the situation when none of these people want to die. They had no idea and they got suddenly dragged into a situation like this. They are victims, and I as a knight, not only because I'm Emilia's knight, not only I'm just going to think about her, but I'm also going to be trying to save everyone up until the very end and bring back everyone. So Subaru's like brings down a few points and he's like, this is how we're going to be doing this. First and foremost, where's that part? Okay, knights are greedy and they want to look cool. I'll keep acting cool even if it kills me. Okay, we will save Emilia from that creep, beat Gluttony, make him cough up Rem's memories, kick Sirius's ass for messing with everyone's emotions, make Capella beg for forgiveness and change everyone back. Yeah, these four. Right. And then we save the city. There you go. And then the final section, we see Emilia go and take the media, and this is where Al is there on the other side. And I say, oh, someone picked up. And that's where it ended. Great episode. Yeah. Things obviously are not looking good, but hopefully, it gets better from here, because as we've seen, we now know who the enemies are. Like there's no, like this is what it is. Like, we got caught off guard, like very much off guard. Like, we literally had so many strong people with us. Reinhardt, like Julius is there, and everyone is there. Everyone got caught off guard so bad that, like we got into this predicament. But now we have all the information. We know where everyone is. We know what we'll have to do, So, as they say, information is power, and now we are ready for it. Reinhardt is also on his way, So, yeah. And you know what? One of the biggest things, one of the big things that probably, was the reason why this escalated in such a bad way is that freaking guy, Reinhardt's dad, stopping him from coming outside and helping everyone by taking Felt as a hostage. That whole section, he wasted so much time. And if we had that time, if Reinhardt came out a little bit earlier, I feel like a lot of things could have been prevented. Well, oh boy, he had to be a complete ass, and he did that. He pulled that stunt. So yeah, like I'm pretty sure Reinhardt probably still would have hesitated, but as we saw, Felt told him that no, you go and save others. That would have happened way earlier if that freaking guy didn't take Felt as a hostage and all those nonsense didn't happen. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, now at least now Reinhardt is on his way, and also Liliana can break out everyone from the mental suggestion, that whole thing. It's not really a mental suggestion, I guess, now that I'm thinking about it and now that I'm understanding the nature of Sirius's power. Like I said, Sirius's power isn't really brainwashing. She just does something which agitates people, and like their like makes people go into panic and hysteria. And the more someone is susceptible to going into panic mode, the easier it is to kind of trap them in this whole thing. And once they're trapped in this, they're connected to Sirius and everyone. If one person dies, everyone dies, kind of like that. So that is their power, Sirius's power. So Lyanna's here, she can break them out of that. So that'll be a big help. So yeah, there you go. That was it. That was my reaction to episode number 6 of ReZero season 3. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, I'll check them out. And yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of ReZero. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.